The Accra Region Police Command has retrieved 500 rounds of ammunition from Agbogloshi here in Accra, where violent clashes claimed 2 lives last week.
The ammunition was retrieved in the disarmament drive launched last week following that clash. And Public Relations Officer for the Accra Region Command, the ASP Efiatenge, announced at a news conference that 2 more suspects, Imoro Abdul and Kweku Amankwa, were arrested on Tuesday and are assisting the police with investigations.
I know also that whenever the men go on duty, they usually do patrols, because even inside there, we cannot have a place to even accommodate their number. That's the police. So periodically, they go in there, but that has become their starting point. That is why probably we all see that the police is not in there. But apart from the uniform presence, they are also intelligence, people gathering intelligence, and that is even more effective because they are in plain clothes and gathering the necessary intelligence for those in the military or police attire to also work on. So it is also effective, you understand. But if they want to be seeing the police more often, on the 18th of April 2017, at about 2:30 p.m., the police on duty at Agbogloshi, acting upon intelligence and with assistance from a member of the public, arrested 2 suspects by names Imoro Abdul Rahab, who is 25 years, and he says he's a scrap dealer. Then the second person is Kweku Amankwa, who is also 58 years, and he says he's a registered arms dealer, for possessing 500 rounds of ammunition. The police retrieved specifically 250 rounds of BB cartridges and 250 rounds of AA cartridges, summing up to the 500 pieces of cartridges in all. For now, the intent for possessing the ammunition is still yet unknown, and it is still under thorough investigations. Meanwhile, during police interrogation, suspect Imoro Abdul Rahab led the police to the second suspect, whose name has been given as Kweku Amankwa at Arena, Accra, who allegedly sold the ammunition to him at a value of 1,000 Ghana cedis. Both suspects are being detained for investigations and shall soon be arraigned before court when our investigations and the intent has been established. The police wishes to hereby advise the public not to take advantage of the last week's disturbances and transact business and illegal arms within the community, whether ammunition or implements likely to disable the peace, as the police will not hesitate to arrest and prosecute any such persons to face the full rigors of the law.
And away from that, government says as many as 560 excavators used in illegal mining have been abandoned at Galamsey sites following its 21-day ultimatum to all those engaged in the illicit trade to cease operations.
And the Lands and Natural Resources Minister, who took some journalists round some of these mining sites to see some of the equipment, said government would also follow through with plans to see a complete end to the illicit trade.
Matilda Wamaga went along and sent in the following report.
The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, together with the Minerals Commission, have been touring some mining sites in the Eastern region to assess the level of compliance following the directive to halt all illegal mining. The fact-finding mission revealed several abandoned mining sites in areas like Kubriso, Etiwa West, Enyinam, and Chebi. There was no sight of any illegal miner in these areas, but excavators and other earth-moving machines as well as tools used for the operations have been left on these sites. The Lands Minister, who intends taking the fight against illegal mining further, says the withdrawal of over 500 excavators from these sites is a positive move.
we've seen a lot of withdrawal of the excavators, the chamfers from the various areas. The report I'm having now, Akimodan, 20 excavators have been withdrawn, Asakagwa 120, Asimfosu 20, Bibiani 120, Dunkwa 200, Konongo 25, and Takwa 40. Almost about over 500 excavators so far have been withdrawn from the various excavations. I know these guys are going out with the intention of returning back, but please, that will not happen this time around. They should take it from me. This time, we as a country, not as a government, collectively have agreed that enough is enough. Dredges, Akimodan, 20, Asakragwa, 100, Asimfosu, 200, that is River Pra, on the River Ofin, almost 300. Dunkwa, 10, Takwa on River Ankobra, 8, River Pra, 10, almost over, quite close to about 1,000, what they call the illegal Galamsey floating platform. The withdrawal of these machines, they are not surrendering it to us. But the good thing is that they have actually realized the importance of the directive. We need to sustain this. As human and as Ghanaians, as we all believe, their thinking might be, in the next 3-4 weeks, we'll go back to the site. And that is why education is very important, for us. There is a sustainable way of managing this. And that is where the MMIP, is going to come in, which is a 5-year program. It's a project to make sure that we sanitize the whole system. Those that are coming out immediately, we are collecting data. Reclamation is going to be the immediate thing to be done, and that will involve provision of some livelihood as people keep on saying, what do you do to them? Reclamation, of course, it's going to provide money, an alternative to the activity that they are going to do.
And other stories, in the run-up to the 2016 general elections, road construction was key on the campaign platforms in the Upper West region.
And the youngest in the country, the region covers 12.7% of Ghana's total land mass and has the least bituminous surface. Until recently, it was the only region that did not have a tarred road, linking it to another region.
And the hope for better roads is believed to have largely been responsible for the MPP's gains. And as our colleague Rafiq Salam reports, the residents are still keeping their hopes alive.
This is the main lorry path in Wa, known as Kejetier. Drivers and passengers who ply the 84 miles route on daily basis always have butterflies in their stomachs, despite assurances from government that the road will be constructed to link up the Upper East region. Work over the years has been progressing at snail's pace. The ripple effect of the delay being the ritual breakdown of vehicles on the road. Passengers are always left stranded on the shoulders of the road. In some cases, they sit akimbo in the middle of the bush and exposed to dangerous insects and animals. 32-year-old Abdul Hakim Abubakar has been plying the route for the past 8 years. Like many here, he was hopeful this government will prioritize roads in this area.
No, nothing has changed on the road. It's still like that. We have been suffering about the road. And there is one bridge at Kajipere and then Wahabu. That bridge is not good at all. When rain is able to fall, we will be suffering over that road, on that bridge. So we are pleading for the government to come and do the road, the road for us. So the road is not good at all. Armed robbers are attacking us on the road, and then the road too are no good. From Wa to Tumu, the car, we are doing so many maintenance on the car because of the road is not good. Our maintenance are too much. When you're able to go and come, you'll be doing maintenance before you go back to Tumu.
For Basan Latu, better known to many of his friends and relatives as Sasko, he is here to see the change President Nana Akufo-Addo promised the people of Sisala West, his home constituency.
What has changed then, Rafiq? Nothing. The way it has been is still up to today. Nothing has changed. I will tell you, there's a bridge at Jeffisi to Kuntulo, to Bulu. If that bridge is not done today and tomorrow, I don't know how people of Golu will go. Even from what through Zingi, there's still a problem there. They said there's a change. The change have not yet reached the Sala district. Maybe it's on the way. We are waiting to see the change.
Last December's election saw the MPP's best performance in this region since multi-party democracy started, moving from 0 parliamentary seats in 2012 to 5 in a region that the opposition NDC has always dominated. Expectations are high, and understandable so. One of such politicians who won last December is now Deputy Roads and Highways Minister and Laura MP, Anthony Inyo Abaifakabo.
Well, I think it would be false if you say that first budget didn't mention anything about roads. What I'm aware is
on Upper West.
On Upper West, yes. And even the budget, if you look in the budget, there are particular roads which were contracts were initiated by the previous government. They never got to start them. The minister and our ministry is very committed to making sure that we continue with those roads. i.e. is the Heng Tumu Laura Road, which is a critical road and which is going to be worked on. The Babli Jirapa connecting road is going to be worked on, and there are many other roads within the Upper West district, Upper West region, which we are going to pay attention to. Don't forget, the current government is very dedicated in making sure that food products from the rural areas get into the urban centers. That is going to be one of the things that will anchor our one district, one village, one dam policy.
After 100 days of the Akufo-Addo government, it seems many here are yet to see action on one of the pressing needs that is most pressing to them. It may be early days yet. One thing is crystal clear here in the region. The challenges that the region is facing in the various sectors of its development are intertwined. For example, if government is able to give a facelift to the over 1,000 kilometers of earth or gravel roads in the region, it will in a long way solve more than half of the problems in the health sector. Reporting for J News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
And farmers are asking government to provide irrigation facilities to address erratic rainfall patterns as it rolls out its policy Planting for Food and Jobs program.
Well, there are concerns that wanton dissipation of the country's forests and other practices that cause deforestation are threats to sustainable cultivation of food and other crops. And though the farmers embrace government's new initiative, they believe irrigation must receive serious attention.
Well, the farmers spoke at the presidential launch of the program in the Bonafu region. We'll bring a report by Prince Apia.
The much talked about Planting for Food and Jobs was launched at Goso in the Bonafu region on Thursday. The program was attended by high-profile government individuals and stakeholders in the agriculture sector. President Akufo-Addo in his speech revealed plans to set up a warehouse in every district for storage of food to avoid post-harvest losses. Though farmers embrace government's new initiative, they believe irrigation, among others, must receive serious attention.
Program, I'm very happy about it. It's enabled to help us to improve our farm activities. Also in the livestock session, as the government said. Nowadays, the rainfall is short. It's not as the previous ones. So if you can get machines like irrigation, it will help us.
We are expecting that what you have said will come to pass. We are getting into farming season. And as a result, we want the seedlings to come as early as possible so that when the rain falls, we can start growing our crops.
The president also touched on plans to address unemployment by engaging graduates from agricultural institutions as extension officers.
There are less than 2,600 extension officers across the country, with some 80% of the total number going on pension in the next 2 to 3 years. Between 211 and 2015, unfortunately, none of the 3,200 graduates produced by the 5 colleges of agriculture were employed to assist farmers improve on their productivity and output. It therefore should not surprise us that the agricultural sector was on a systematic decline in recent years, recording a mere growth of 3.6%, less than half of the 7.4% achieved in 2008. To help rectify this anomaly, government has employed 1,200 graduates from the 5 colleges of agriculture who completed between 2011 and 2015 as extension officers. In 2018, we will employ 2,000 more extension officers with a solemn pledge of employing more graduates from our colleges of agriculture in the subsequent years.
Paramount Chief of Goso Traditional Area, Nana Kwesi Bosompra I, wants government to prioritize issues about farmers.
So we are bank manager, we are a year. This year, no, pay. So be a person who acquire bank eduma. Now, Chimota for Omoba, one a quack be on. The best say you may dear bay, young fire, whom you near home, near your money a year. President, another one sassano. Yes, some at the more day one, and I'm in my sassy in a Sikawa and I'm the out to swap. The best say you may dear, I have a pound to my. And I know young way and some young fans sassano my this year. Don't want to me, I'm for more need you, my dear.
Prince Apia reporting.
Well, so that'll be it for the news this morning.
Yeah, I was going to say, seriously, say something. We're on TV.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's it for the news.